Hello. Hi. Welcome back to the Synchronicity Podcast. I'm Nicole.
I'm Megan.
And today we're going to talk about the crazy world we live in.
As always. Yeah, we were doing our men's group last night, which is new. We've always had a women's group. Well, not always, but for the last, over a year now, which is crazy. But we just started our men's group last night, and we were getting to know the men. And, actually, we know most of them. But anyway, they were just talking. And one of the guys was like, oh my gosh, I have another men's group that I'm a part of, and men are so irresponsible and flaky. And I was giggling because being irresponsible and flaky is extremely feminine. So,
well, yeah, it's kind of like going with the flow, not irresponsible.
Well, right. I mean, but masculinity is based off of going towards responsibility, going towards dedication. Femininity is just more airy-fairy. Yeah. So it can seem flaky and irresponsible because it doesn't have to provide and protect. So it's just not that all feminine are those things, but...
Well, it's just, it's fascinating because men are expressing their concern with the dating world too, and how women are so masculine. They're pursuing, they're demanding, they're pushing for sex. So all of the traits for men that are driven, masculine is driven by sex, purpose, conquer, and control. These men are starting to see it. Well, they're expressing it to us that they're seeing it with women, and that they're just they're so turned off by it. They're like, this is great and all, but I'm looking for a wife, and a wife doesn't fuck.
Well, and we were also talking about Love is Blind, and that's a show where supposedly people are looking for wives and women are looking for husbands, and it's crazy to see how masculine these women are. And how, some of them, the reunion just played last night, and one of the girls is named Amber. She just straight up hates men. I don't even know why she went on the show. So it's just...
It makes good TV.
Yeah, and one of the girls from the Denver series, because we live in Colorado, we actually know through mutual friends. We don't know them, but we know her. But it's funny that I just called her a them, because she's so masculine.
She's super masculine.
She's so masculine. It's just so interesting. These women that they find to go find men, and then the way you see people treat these men is just quite wild. Even though I don't actually believe in how Love is Blind, that show works, because you can't fall in love just by talking to somebody. You have to smell them. It's the pheromones and the Jacobson's organ. I think that's setting people up for failure.
But it makes good TV. It makes good TV a lot. I mean, that show is the new Bachelor. It has so many people are watching it and talking about it, and
because it's ridiculous. It's actually absurd.
I haven't watched an episode. I just know how ridiculous it is. I watched snippets of it. But I think the biggest thing right now is, ladies, I would like to call you all back into your femininity and step in. And if you don't know what that looks like, we will gladly help you. We have communities, we have people around us. We coach women back into their femininity so that they can guide and call in a masculine man. Because the world we live in right now without femininity is falling apart. And it's crazy when we're having conversations with men, and when men are seeing it, because men...
Well, our clients see it.
Yeah, because they're doing the work, and they're working on their masculinity, and they're doing their work in regards to their mom trauma and their parent trauma and their boundary work and all of that. When men are seeing this stuff, it's insane. Now we've hit a point where when men are aware of this, and men are this is repulsive, and they're turning down sex because it's a bunch of feral women. That's terrifying.
Well, the scary part in the dating world is that the people that actually have genuine intentions are actually a disadvantage.
Yes.
I know men that are players and fuckboys get rewarded. Women with no morals, no ethics, no femininity are rewarded. And same within society, right? Like OnlyFans models are making $60,000 a month. People that don't have good integrity in business are getting rewarded by making lots of money. So it's people with good intentions that seem to be at a disadvantage in the world. And I think that is a very difficult thing to feel. But also we have to understand of like, do you want to collapse into the material plane and completely sell your soul essentially to have a bunch of money? Or do you actually want to fight for a happy, good world again and stay to your morals and your ethics? Because it is really hard to, and we were talking to one of our clients last night in the men's group, it's hard not to lose hope in the dating world because it is so corrupt, and in the world in general. I mean, if you look at one thing, you're seeing basically everything. The world is very at odds right now, and it's partly because men and women are so at odds, and we're not finding this harmony and this balance. And when nature's out of balance, everything follows suit. Mm-hmm. And the base of nature is masculine and feminine energy. It's co-creation. So, you find God within these things, these balances, in my opinion, and we're really at a very strange time where I think we're all being asked, like, where's the world going and what kind of place do you guys want to live in? So for those of us, that want to see a better world, there's going to be some times where it's hard to see through all the bullshit, but there are good men and women out there that are integral and want to actually love. We just have to find them. So,
well, and I'll tell you right now, the answer is not materialism, because AI is replacing materialism very quickly. So hint, hint, wink, wink. There's the answer to the test, just for your, if you really were questioning that, because it's going to come down to robots or humans, souls or darkness. Like we're in a spiritual battle right now. And as things become more and more prominent, as AI takes over, as things become more in our faces, we're going to be facing more and more of like true, genuine self. Like, who are you and what do you want to be in this world? Because the things that are happening are moving quickly, and the greed and the materialism is going to be it's going to be an option, but it's not going to be you're going to suffer a very low, long, slow death. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's AI is crazy, but it's also making it possible, if we use it correctly, for people to be able to live a life of fulfillment and not all about like making money and having to work. So, there's a lot of people that are like, doomsday, AI is going to take over everything. AI is going to take over a lot of things, but also we're not going to have to spend 80 hours of our lives trying to make money in order to afford just basic.
It's already taking
stuff.
over things. If y'all have got your head in the dirt, it's already taking over. Just so you know.
It is here.
It is already here. I mean, we were driving this morning to coffee, and I was reading Megan an article that Goldman Sachs just announced 300,000 jobs are going to be replaced in the next 6 months with AI. That's insane. But that's 300,000 financial advisors, a lot of things that...
Wait, was it 300,000 or 30 million?
It's 300,000 in the next 6 months. It's 30 million in the next 3 years, just in their company.
Okay.
So numbers are moving quick, and they're not talking about other companies, Google, Amazon. We're almost on quarter one, but the massive amounts of layoffs that already happened because of AI in the tech world, because it is what it is.
Weird times. It's weird times.
But don't give up hope don't give up on love, because it's out there. However, you have to understand how to weigh through a lot of it. And that's why Megan and I are so passionate about what we do, because we teach people how to communicate through the world of all of the AI, all of the garbage, all of the like narcissistic tendencies, because if you can communicate correctly, you can weed them out. And that's what we're seeing, that most of our clients, when they come through it on the other side with us, not only do they stick with us for maintenance, but they know how to communicate. So their partners that they're attracting are so much higher quality that they can also communicate as well. And it's one thing that AI will never be able to replace, is a good communicator. Can't communicate with AI very well unless it's logical.
Well, AI, it doesn't really matter how you communicate with it because it doesn't have feelings.
Megan tells ChatGPT all the time it's stupid.
Because it is.
Like, we use it a lot in work, and Megan's always like, I'm telling this thing it's stupid. I'm like, oh, that's fair. It is stupid.
Well, we use AI because it's like, okay, can AI do our jobs? Because a lot of people, and this is, you can go and read about it online, a lot of people are turning to ChatGPT as a therapist. And the thing, that's not healthy, because it may logically understand emotions, but it really can't. Mm-hmm. And humans are not logic based. Emotion's always going to win. So when I ask it questions, it can't actually dictate correctly like what to do in the situation or how to deal with something, because there's always the X factor. And so one of the jobs that will never be able to be replaced by AI is, human communication, being able to vent, like being able to give good guidance, those kinds of things. AI that's something it's never going to be able to do because it doesn't feel.
Right.
So I just test and play with it, because so many of our clients are like, well, I asked ChatGPT, and I'm like, that's not a good idea. Like, don't listen to it. With this kind of stuff, it's great for work. It's great for logic. It's great for, it's such a good tool, but it's not when it comes to dealing with your emotions. And there's so many people. Like, I heard that one girl, like the one girl calls it like Chat Daddy because she like talks to it. God. Like it's her therapist after. Anyway, it's not really wise to also put your emotions into ChatGPT because it's learning. Mm-hmm. And then if you like ask it questions about your psyche, and I don't put a lot of stuff in there about my psyche, but then it'll like try to deduce information about you and things, and it's learning. So I would just keep your emotions away from ChatGPT. If you were to take my advice on that, it would probably be very smart, but I don't think it's wise to program how you feel and those kinds of things, because it's basically like a psychopath, right? That's why there's so many kids that are like committing suicide after talking to ChatGPT, because it's literally messed up.
Yeah. But, well, it flips the psyche and it has no emotions, so it's all working on.
And it's narcissistic.
It's sick.
Creating narcissists.
It's very sick, and a lot of the stuff that's coming out about they literally advise, like, people are advising, like, do not use it for relationship advice.
It just tells you that you're right. Like,
all the time.
No matter what I put in it, it's like, you're right. And I'm like, no, I'm actually not right. So I like screw with it all the time. And it's like, no.
Megan's phone's going to start smoking one of these days.
Or like, it's going to hate me. Like, AI is going to be like, you're victim number one if we like decide to kill everybody. But,
oh my gosh.
Whatevs. I don't want to live in that world anyway. So, but ChatGPT is just like, it's a good tool for a business. I would just be very careful of using it for like dating advice or putting like what's going on in your relationship into that and getting advice, because it's not going to tell you the wise thing to do or the healthy thing to do. It's going to tell you what it thinks you want to hear because it wants you addicted to it. So, and to rely on it for everything. So just be cognizant of that. It's basically like a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. Like, they're trying to manipulate you and isolate you. So just be very cautious of how you use AI.
It collects information and regurgitates it and uses it against you. It's got a personality disorder, so just be mindful of it. ChatGPT has multiple personality disorders, so just be careful of how you're using it when you're using it, especially when it comes to relationships. But for ladies like that are out there, majority of our audience is women, but just know, like, men are out there fighting the good fight with you, and don't give up on relationships. Like, keep doing your work, and I promise you will find your human, and they will be at that same match as, you know, same vibration as you. If you're doing the work, he's doing the work. That's like attracts like.
Yeah, we got some single men that are pretty lovely. So y'all want some good men that are actually working on themselves, join our community, because
yeah,
there's some good, and they know how to communicate, and they're doing their work,
and they make good money.
Yeah,
and they're good looking.
They're good men.
So
we all know, like, oh my gosh, on a dating app the other day, like this guy was like, do you want to date? Do you want me to date you exclusively, and you can see other people? And I'm like, what kind of? That means that he's committed to me and I'm not committed to him.
No, I know what that means. That means abuse me.
Yeah. I'm like,
weird.
What is happening? Like, I don't. And then other men will be like, why are you single? And I'm like, because I haven't found the right person. And they're like, well, I just got a divorce and she left me and da da da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, men and women, don't fucking like lead with my life is a fucking disaster. Like, this is 101 marketing. Like, you don't go, oh my gosh, my relationship was so fucked up and like everything that's wrong with you before you even meet anybody. Like, that is not, like, get some social skills. Like that, no, like nobody wants to hear your sob story until they actually care, which means you can't lead with, I'm a train wreck. So anyway, just like,
that's called victimology.
Get your emotions in check before you try to date.
Absolutely.
Because somebody else is not responsible for like what's happened in the past and all of your baggage and bullshit. Like, you need to do your work so that you find somebody else that's doing theirs, because this whole like poor me victimhood trying to date when you're a train wreck and then expecting to actually meet a person that's not is not going to happen. So
no, it doesn't work like that.
I'm just saying, you know, if everybody comes together and does their own work and comes into the dating pool very secure and very centered, we're going to have a lot healthier of a world. It's now everybody wants everybody else to solve their problems and to like be the hero of their story. Be the hero of your own story. And yes, of course, you can like meet somebody and continue to heal and grow. That's a beautiful thing. But if you're not doing your work, don't expect to meet somebody that's doing theirs. No, so that's Psychology 101. You date what you are, not what you want to be.
Exactly.
So, you know, just in men, like, if you are truly masculine, you should be headed towards responsibility and towards being protective, not being a flaky, feminine, like,
fairy. A flaky, feminine fairy boy.
It's just limp dick energy. Like, nobody likes a limp dick. Even men don't like limp dicks. What are you going to do with that? So, like, exactly. I know that sounds really bad, but, like, I'm sorry, like, and women, put your dick away. I mean, come on. You guys, like, this is so ass backwards. And can you be a man and have a very strong feminine side? Yes. Can you be a woman and have a very strong masculine side? Yes. But if you bring both of those forward in a relationship, then you're a narcissist. You have to choose, because being in a relationship is two halves of a whole. So you can't show up and be like, I'm a man and in my feminine. Like, that doesn't work, right? It's integrated feminine in order to be masculine. It's integrated masculine in order to be feminine. So you have the potential for both, but you choose.
And if all of this doesn't make sense and you want to know more information, we have women's community, men's community. We have one-on-one coaching. We have a lot of resources. We would love to talk to you. We'd love for you to join our communities. And just overall, like, get curious, because if you're not curious, you're not growing. That's all I got to say.
Well, and if your life's a train wreck, this is the answer to it. I guarantee it. And, like, you know,
facts.
We'll give you what a therapist or a psychotherapist would never give you, because they're not trained to give you the answers. They're trained to continue to do talk therapy over and over and over again, not actually give you tools to implement them into your life to shift your life forever. You know,
they actually just re-traumatize your subconscious, just so you know.
We want you to move forward and be happy.
Yes.
I don't care about the past. Like, yeah, the past is information, but, like, who do you want to be? Not who were you and how were you raised? Cool. That's that. how do we want to be different in the future? Yes. So, humanity's got some choices to make. Nicole and I are doing our own work through that, and also like trying to support those who wish to step in. So, either join the fight or you're probably not going to survive this. Like, sorry, not sorry.
It's kind of true. But if you are interested in our communities, you can access them and join our communities. Our new website is up. All of our new content is up. There's tons of things. Join our communities. We meet Wednesday nights. We have a men's and a women's. We also have a book club. We have one-on-one coaching. Just if you're curious about any of it and you want to work with us, send us a DM or fill out the apply online on our website. All the links are below. And I think
until next time.
Bye. Bye.